All right. Everyone would bow your head and join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Lord, I thank you for this club and for all the Rotarians that do so much in our community and throughout our world. Lord, I pray that you be with all the frontline workers who are risking so much to help us need. And
okay. Yeah, I don't have that. You can buy it and move it and do what you want to, but you got to pay the whole thing for it. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Father, please be with our local, state, and federal leaders, Lord, help them to make the right decisions for our governments and our country. Lord, I thank you again for all the many blessings you've given us. Pray that you be with each and every one of us and those who are sick and in the hospital. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Right. And now join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the four-way test, first, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And fifth, is it...
Let's make it fun.
Is it fun? Yes. Thanks, Tom. All right, I have a couple of announcements. The first of which is that you should have received an email from Jack last week regarding the Rotarian of the Year voting. And so I would like for every one of you to submit your votes, and of course those will all go to Jack and will be kept and remain anonymous so people don't know who's voting for who, but I would love to we haven't received a whole lot of votes yet. So if you could, please respond to Jack and let us know who your vote is for Rotarian of the Year, and he included a list of all the current Rotarian members, so you can select from that list. And if you need his email or contact information, you can let me know or put it in the chat, and I'm sure he'll share it with everybody. And I also wanted to let you know that Rotary, for the, I don't know how many years, we have been selected in the top 3 for service organizations for the Union Recorder's Reader's Choice Awards. So that's exciting. I know last year we were the recipient of the service organization, the top service organization in Milledgeville, Baldwin County. So we'll see how the voting goes with that. But that's exciting. News, you may have seen in the paper that Rotarian Bert Williams is in remission. So he has completed all of his treatment, and he was able to ring the bell 3 times at Emory and is in remission. They're looking to do I believe some stem cell transplants, or trying to harvest some stem cells of some sort, maybe for later treatment. But great news to hear that, and I know he's excited to take a break from chemo and such, and being able to go up there and enjoy his family. So that's good news. And then, unfortunately, I have some sad news. Honorary Rotarian Tom Reese passed away this week, I believe on Monday. And from him from through the church, but for those of you that do, I would like to, because we're not really able to do happy dollars, and we're not able to do the blue buckets of the cart funds or collect in any way that way because we're not meeting in person. But Rotary, the district, sent out an email stating that there is an online portal for the cart fund now. And so I'm going to share all with that with you via email, and all you do is log in just as you do it with any of your other Rotary websites, or you can create a new login and you don't have to worry about it. It's a way for you to give online and still contribute to the cart fund. So I would like to ask that each of you consider making a donation after I send that link out. in honor and memory of Mr. Tom Reed. Are there any other announcements or prayer concerns or anything anybody wants to share? You'll just have to unmute yourself if you want to share anything. And I see that Jack listed his email address. Everyone, you can send your Rotarian of the Year vote. Okay. If there are not any other prayer concerns or comments, this is scheduled to be a club assembly. So I know some new Rotarians may not know what that looks like, but typically what we do is we break up in tables or in groups and meet as different committees. And so I'm going to go through, let's see, I'm breaking up on your end. It might be because I have a fan on in here because I'm sweating to death. So let me see if I can move it over this way. Is that a little better? Hopefully. Okay, good. So what happens during a club assembly typically is we meet in committees, and the committees each have a chair, and that chairperson is on the board. And what we do is discuss any issues or any kind of service projects or any kind of initiative that that committee is working on. And we met at the beginning of the year and made some goals, set some plans, and had some different conversations. And so Joe has made it where we will be able to actually break off into our committees. And he has a list of everyone who had selected a committee at the beginning of the year. So for those of you who are newer Rotarians and you have not selected which committee in which you'd like to serve, then you just need to let Joe know. But I'll tell you the committees real quick. It's membership, and that's chaired by Jennifer Pollard. Public relations and social media, and that's chaired by Laura Thompson and Ashley Bacon. Club administration, which is programming, and that's chaired by Tom Glover. Service projects, which is chaired by Dr. Price, and then the Rotary Foundation, which is chaired by Bill Jones. And so if you selected one earlier in the year, Joe, I think, has that list and shared it with everyone. We are going to have to go to a Zoom meeting in order to be able to meet in our different committees. I can't hear you, Joe. Still can't hear you. Everyone else hear Joe? I can't. No, okay, nobody can hear you. Huh. No, yeah. Oh, I just heard something. Okay, so Joe sent a link in the chat to connect to the Zoom meeting, and then you'll be put in your various committees, and so that may take just a second. Tom is doing the Zoom. Okay, great. So Tom has been putting everybody into the select committees, and so once we start the Zoom, it may take just a minute, but everybody should go into their respective separate Zoom meetings per committee, correct? Okay. All right. Is that clear as mud? Does everybody understand what we're doing? And so I encourage you to discuss anything that you thought about during the year or during this time that we've been meeting virtually that you would like to share with the committee, or ways to improve the committee, or suggestions for next year for the committee, or ways that you think that our Rotary Club can help with issues locally, internationally, whatever y'all would like to discuss that is pertinent to your separate committee. Okay, so we're going to break from here, so don't go away. Just click on the Zoom meeting.
Are we coming back to the larger group?
No, I think that's too much, so I would just encourage you to discuss as needed in your committees, and then once you feel like you've talked enough, you can enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. So everyone, go over to your Zoom, and I'll see you there shortly.